Hello, YouTube world. My name is Anthony Long. Welcome back to the Bluegrass Picker Channel. You came back. Why would you come back? Sure glad you did. One, two, three. Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for the live last night, Tracy. That was great. How's it going, Blank? How you doing? It's an Irish jig, a Celtic song called "Flowers of Glasgow." I love that one. Someone asked about this one, so I learned it. It's hard to play though. But it's the beginning of "Losing My Religion." They use a mandolin in it. Let's try it. Start that again. This is a hard one. That was hard. I have to practice that a little bit more. Hey, Harry. Yep, losing my religion. Not very good. Oh. Cora. Shh. You guys. Keep it down. I interrupted me. Sorry. How's everybody doing today? Jennifer, what's up, friend? Haven't seen you in a while. Danielle, it's good to see you. Little Zeppelin, little Tesla. Yeah, I bought this for $5 on a YouTube auction. Aerosmith. And it was all ripped out, and I'm like, it's I don't care. I like to look poor. I don't care. I like people make fun of me. I wear 2 different colored socks all the time just because I want boring, critical people to have a laugh on me today, because I don't care about their opinions of who I am. It's funny, like you see old people and they like literally look like Max Headroom. Like, they can't even take it that I'm wearing 2 different colored socks. I'm just sitting there smiling. I love it. Is Mutt Long, he wants to sign. Yeah, freaking. My dogs sit here and look down on other dogs going by, and if it's another male dog, Bo barks at him and thinks it's cool. I don't know. If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. Mountains crumble to the sea, baby. There would still be you and me. Thank you. Very underrated Zeppelin song. Thought I'd come on for just a little bit. I'm going to a bike, like a off-road bike track and trails with my dogs today and go do some running. Yeah, you know that one. Rick Rubin. Harry is the man, that's for sure. Got a big shout out from Cincinnati Picker last night. That was really good. I got it for $5. Kind of like it. Old Aerosmith. We used to wear this crap back in high school. We like to look white trash and poor. I don't even care. You got the love I need. Thanks everybody for joining. I just came on for a little bit just to chit chat. But more talk about the awesome live last night. That was it's always cool when John gets on there and talks and drinking some bourbon. He was down in the bourbon last night. Yeah, it was a good one. Can't beat it when him or Pete Craigslist Hunter comes on. Or a lot of Josh. I always like those too. eBay doing it's pretty steady. About normal. I've been listing quite a bit. I mean, normal for me. I don't know. Got a bunch of video games yesterday. They're all Xbox 360, so they're nothing special. But I got 14 for and this owl. I know it's blue and an owl, so I know it'll sell my booth. I'll probably put $10 on it, but I bought all this stuff for 25, so this will get a lot of my money back. I don't even know. A lot of them are just Call of Duty and Shadow of Modar. Never sold that one, but I've sold most of these for $5 to $10 at least. And then if they don't comp out very well, I just put them in my booth. Kind of want to play this one, Battle of Middle Earth. That might be kind of fun. Assassin's Creed always sells. Batman. I don't know about that one. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. That might sell. But I knew this one. This is like the metal tin of Call of Duty Ghosts. So I'm sure that'll comp out a little bit more than most of the other ones. It's cool. So I figured that was worth it anyway. And then she wanted like $2 a piece. It'd been like 28 ago. Would you take 25 for everything? She's like, yeah, sure. And then later she's like, yeah, you saved me a trip to Goodwill. I'm like, crap, I could have said $10. Yeah, a lot of people like the owls. That's why I saw an owl for 50 cents. I'm like, yeah, looks kind of like a toothbrush holder or something. But how's it going, Sandy? Yeah, I can play Pearl Jam load better, but it's been a while. I have to practice it for a minute. It's pretty hard. They play a lot of the they're playing a bunch of Jimi Hendrix chords that he always played, and they're playing a little bit slower. It's kind of an homage or a tribute to Jimi Hendrix. That's why it sounds so cool. It does a little finger picking on the it's good. Owls are freaking mean bastards. If you've ever seen an owl in action, oh my God. Oh man, they're mean. People always think they're like, it's funny what cartoons make you think, like bears. People think of like bears being something sweet or something because of teddy bears. Like, dude, they're the freaking most evil things on this planet pretty much, except hippos. They're not. I've eaten bear. It was good. I mean, bears like the most, they're worse than anything. They can swim. They can run faster than the fastest human ever has ran, and they climbed trees. Like there's nowhere safe, basically. There's a lot of owl collectors out there. That's why I picked that one up. Yeah, it's been so long since I played it. It's a hard one. They play it way down. It's been too long. It's been too long. That's the thing that's hard about guitar is like remembering all the notes. Like it's kind of, after a while, it's kind of easy to play this stuff. Not easy, but it's easier to play it than it is to remember all the different notes from all the different songs to put them in order, if that makes any sense. Because you don't have sheet music just sitting there most of the time. So that's what I'm amazed at some of these guys that'll play like a 10-minute badass song. Like they just played like 10,000 notes perfectly. Like, how do you remember all that? But it's a lot of it's just, you don't think, you just feel it. And you played it so many times, you just, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I've had bear roast. It's the best roast I've ever had in my life. Because here, like, I think it's somewhere in Kansas, they have a season for bear because they overrun. In some places, they want you to kill them off. And that roast was the best. It was like a mix between elk and beef. People look at me like I'm crazy when I talk about them. Like, we eat everything else. Why is it like bears are freaking evil? Like cows are nice. Cows, you can shoot them with a gun. They just kind of look at you like, did you just shoot me? It's they call it muscle memory kind of deal. You just have to play it over and over again. I'm in Missouri, but yeah, the bear came from Kansas, if I remember right. Kinda. But there's just so many. I mean, there's so many places on that guitar to put your fingers. So it's kind of hard. It's more about playing it over and over again and over and over. And I used to play that Pearl Jam Yellow Ledbetter a lot. That's another thing. As many songs I remember, I've forgotten more because there's just so many. Hey Sal, thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. I like the symbol there. It's got the old flash looky to it. What's up, Glenn? I saw you modding the other day. Who are you modding for? You do a good job at it. Is it Steve Alcorn? Where are you at, Danielle? I can't remember. I'm thinking you're in the Midwest, like Kentucky or something. Everybody thinks I'm from Kentucky because of bluegrass picker. I'm like, no, I actually pick bluegrass. I have to explain that. I'm like, I should have picked a different name. I should have done Ozark picker. Ozark's a bigger name anyway. No one cares about the irony of it anyway. That's right. Yeah, disc golf. It's funny is I'm going to a place today. It's called Two Rivers something. And it's like 20 miles from here. And it's known as one of the best disc golf courses, around. People come here from all over the place to come here. And it's a place where you can take mountain bikes, and they have all these trails. They have tons of trails. So, and I haven't been down there, so I want to go down there and check it out, take dogs and run a little bit. I understand why people think I'm from Kentucky. Some people get mad when they're from Kentucky. They're like mad, like I'm stealing their name from them or something. I'm like, calm down. You're not even making content. Stop. That's like someone that they had like their name was Bluegrass Thrift or something, Bluegrass, something like that. And she said something kind of along those lines. I'm like, do you make videos? She's like, no. I'm like, what's the matter? You don't even make videos. Like, you're just on here. Yeah, it's been 95 for about 5 or 6 days, but today huge storms went through, and so it's like highs. It's supposed to be 78 or 80 today, so pretty excited about that. It's overcast and cool. Oh, it feels so good out. Like next week's gonna be fun to mow instead of kind of dreading that heat, man. Yeah, yeah. It's like, I mean, Missouri, there's freaking bobcats and there's everything here too. And we're right there. So they're going to go over there if they run out of room. There's elk here. There's bears here too. There's up in Columbia where my parents live. They've had bears on cameras up there, which usually the bears stay down here in the Ozarks, but they just go where they want to go. If they run out of room from other animals, they push themselves on somewhere else. It's like Kansas. It's not all just flat. There's places where it's nice and rivers and mountains and I'm not mountains, but hills. But like, shoot, if you've been to Arkansas, it's like the Smoky Mountains almost. And so it's wild down there. I love freaking Arkansas. I've been all over the world. Arkansas is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It's awesome. Good morning, T. How's it going? Thanks for swinging by. I just got done jamming a little bit and just came in to talk, and that's why people that like to do lives, they just like to talk. I think I miss that's when I stopped bartending, that was the thing I missed the most was talking. And I didn't recognize that for a while. There was a few times where I would be talking to that customer mowing, and I would just keep talking, and they would like be walking away from me like, okay. And I realized I'd been talking for 20 minutes, and I wouldn't let them go. But when I used to bartend, that was my job, was to talk. And I was so good at it. I made a lot of money just because people wanted to hear me talk about nothing. I've said that before. It's so weird. When I bartended, you bring them one drink, get an order from them, bring them the food, get them one more drink, and then they cash out and you get them change, and they just throw you money. Like, here you go. Here's 10. Here's $20. But mowing, it's like people are like, you're going to raise it by $2. I can't do that. Like, people are so when you really work hard and have your own business, people want to freaking nickel and dime you to death. But when I bartended, people just threw cash at me. They get one drink and give me $5. I still am baffled by how that works. Yeah, I never drink. Never. And people would always say that, like, I bet you love your job. You can drink and do that. I'm like, I want to make money. If I'm drinking, I'm never going to make money, and I'm going to do something really wrong, and I'm going to end up getting fired. So I worked at Cheddar, so it's a little more corporate, but it really wasn't corporate back then. But I don't know. I just don't like getting sloppy. I saved that for when I went to concerts or went kayaking. When I went kayaking, I get sloppy drunk because I knew someone else was driving home. I would just feel, and that's why another thing. When I go to concerts, I get sloppy drunk because I'm like, ooh, someone else is driving home. I could let go, and I would drink too much. Yeah, I made a lot of money bartending, but I'm glad I got out of it. Yeah, my family, actually, one side of my family is from Lake of the Ozarks way back. They were actually kicked out of their land when they decided to put the lake in. They basically told you, here's some money, and take it, or we're gonna flood it anyway. So you just had to take the money, otherwise you're screwed, eminent domain or whatever. So yeah, my family goes way back into the Ozarks. Yeah, I don't remember the name though, but why do you put all caps? I don't like when people put all caps. It's like people are yelling at me. Maybe that's just me. Hey, what's up, Andrew? You're kicking my ass in fantasy. I barely pay attention. Mr. Black Belt himself. What is it, your black belt? Kenpo, or is it? Yeah. It's pretty cool. I've always wanted to do jiu-jitsu. I've taken a couple of lessons, but I always worry I'm going to wrench out my elbows and knees and shoulders. I still think I'm eventually going to do some martial arts of some sort. Yeah, yeah. Some parts of the lake, it was faster to go across it with your boat than it would be to drive all the way around because it's really big. Thanks for swinging by, Andrew. Your dad's the shit, by the way. His dad plays the trombone, like jazz style, just amazing. Yeah, Kenpo. That's right. Oh, don't worry about it. I think most people who do lives don't like that. I don't know. It's I see why people do it to like stand out or whatever. They want their stuff to be read, but you do. I've always I wonder. I've always wanted to do something like that because I'm not a huge gun guy. I grew up with guns, but I feel like you're asking for a problem when you have one. It's just like I don't know. But I'd rather have jujitsu come in handier. Most people can't handle a gun anyway. That's the funny thing. Ah, damn coffee. The last drug I do, caffeine. It was cool. I was watching a podcast one day and they were talking about it. It was an interesting point of view because most people don't know, but nicotine is a natural insecticide of tobacco plant. Literally kills bugs. The nicotine does, and that's the drug that we get off of it. And caffeine is a drug from the coffee plant. It's an insecticide, and this one guy was explaining. He was a trippy guy, and he's like, I have this theory that you can't really see a tree grow. It grows so slow, and plants. You don't think of them as being like a being of sorts because you don't see them move like we move. We move fast. But if you were smart, you would drug the people that are taking your coffee beans and make it where it spreads your plant out through the world. And I was like, whoa, that is because it really kind of has, because it used to be only in like Arabia where coffee plants were, and now it's like everywhere that it can grow. I'm like, wow, that's really trippy. Kind of true. It's like a slowly taking over the world coffee beans. Yeah, you can. And I can outrun them anyway. I always think it's funny. People are like, oh, yeah, if you see me run too. I'm like, I probably don't have to because the way you talk, you probably can't run, and I can outrun you, and they've already got you. So you showed your weakness. Good job. Ah, Nice, Danielle. This is my mango. This one's a mango salsa. This is a 5-generation-old salsa recipe. It is so good. And I added mango, and sometimes I do peaches, white peaches, if it's in season and if they're good and ripe. It's hard to find them. What up, Jen? Haven't seen you around in a while. You said you were going to be doing something, weren't you? You said you were going on vacation or something for a little while. Good to see you. Oh, that's awesome. I need to do it. When I get some more, I'm going to do it like a giveaway and send some salsa because it's super spicy hot, but it's also sweet. And it's really good in like chili, or I like to put it in my hummus. And so if I make any hummus, I make some homemade hummus, mix it with that. Oh, so good. But, hey, Kyle T, what up, brother? See you, Danielle. Have a good night. I'm just talking out loud. No auctions. Is that what's going on? I've got so many records right now. I don't need to do any auctions for a while. That's what I usually get in all the auctions. I just wait for them to get some vinyl. Keep some, sell some. I've got some awesome vinyl that I've just collected over the last like 3 months. Most of the time I don't buy anything else. Who's Tom Cruise? I get a lot of his vinyl. He's done some, I've sent him like $300 before. He sent me a bunch of cool shit. And then T and Donna, they've sent me some on the side, just give them like $100 and something and just say, hey, put some rock and roll records in there. And they always do good by me. Donna freaking, every time she's sent me records, they're packed like perfect. She does whoever packs for her. I'm not sure if she does it. I don't know how she would be able to with her shoulders bad, but they're packed awesome. They always in good cardboard, and then she puts a bunch of bubble wrap, and then puts another poly bag around it, real tight and good. Her and T both always. There's been some auctions I bought from, and I get it, and I'm like, what the hell? I've ordered CDs before, and they didn't even. It's just like one ply of cardboard on one side, and they were all just smashed. And I was like, what the hell, man? Like, some people do a terrible job of packing. And I know they do it on eBay, so they know they just trying to do it cheap, I guess. I don't know. Alex's IG postings. Alex Melendez, that man, the flipper. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I saw that this morning. I was doing laundry and lurking and listening. I don't know how you guys do so many auctions. Geez, how do you guys have any personal time? I guess it is your personal. It's, you kind of, your friends are there on the show to kind of chit chat with. But I don't know how you guys do so much packing around and packing up your stuff and keeping all that shit straight. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, I like Alex. Me and him were talking when he first started deciding about losing the weight. Me and him were talking a lot. I was trying to give him all my stuff that I've learned over the years, because most people don't know I was pretty big. There's been 3 times where I was over 200 pounds. When you're 5'7", that doesn't look good. And one time it was all muscle, but still didn't look that great. So I've been up and down with my weight over the years, and I have to watch it because my family, a lot of people have diabetes in my family. And so I just know I have to keep the weight down, and so that's why I run, and that's why I work out, lift weights, and do pull-ups. I did 210 pull-ups yesterday. Just, I mean, literally think about. I don't want to have diabetes. I don't want to have diabetes when I'm doing it because it runs in the family, and I mean, I would like to sit around and eat chips and Cheetos and eat pizza all day. I can't eat pizza anymore. After going to Rome, can't eat pizza here anymore. Italy spoiled me on that one. God, Italy. Ugh. Italy and Germany were my favorite places I've been overseas. Sicily with the cannolis, and Greece was pretty freaking cool too. Athens. But we destroyed Athens when we went there in World War II. And when they rebuilt it in the 40s, it's like the same buildings from the 40s. So it's like all like the same thing. So, it's kind of, the cities are ugly, but the countryside is beautiful. The islands are awesome, of course. And the food was really good. The beer was good. That's for damn sure. That's one thing I always did when I was in Europe. And people found it, the people I was with were like, how do you do that? But I would just like, if you've ever been to Europe, they have like the glasses, and it'll say like at the top, it'll have the amount, 0.5 liters or whatever it would be. And they were always so cool. So once they always had their own design, and they always looked nice. And I'd always say like, I go, how much for the glass? And they'd always look at me like, I'll go ask the manager. And they come back and like, no, you can just have it. And it was the same thing every time. They would always give it to me free. And I was like, thanks. I just didn't want to steal it, because they go ask the manager, and they break like 10. I worked in a restaurant. I knew they break 10 to 20 glasses a day. If they're going to make a customer happy and give them this one glass, oh well. And so I would, it was a great way to bring home presents from Europe, was to bring home this, glass that said Newcastle on it from Germany. And, yeah, made good presents. And I would keep the coasters, because each bar would have their own coasters, and it'd be personalized on there. And then I would like put them in my scrapbook journal to keep track of where I was at and stuff, and it was like an easy, cheap thing to do. It worked. But man, freaking Rome's pizza and gelato. Oh my God. Gelato is so freaking good. 6,540s. Yeah. And that's the thing people don't realize. It's like, it might be painful in the short term to run and do different things, but you feel so much better. It's worth it. I've been overweight and it feels terrible. And the best way to get healthy is to stop eating dumb shit. It's not working out. It's not running. It's stop eating dumb shit. But it's really hard to do because people are addicted to it. That's why it's funny when people are like, I don't do any drugs and this and that. They're usually overweight. They do drugs. Sugar, Sugar's a drug. Well, pull-ups are easy to do when you don't weigh very much either. So, if I weigh 20 pounds more, that's 100 pull-ups instead of 200, because just – I agree. And I was the most ripped I've ever been right before the pandemic. And then I stopped going to the gym because everybody there wasn't wearing a mask. And I'm a believer of that at the time. I don't know if I quite believe that now. I don't really know who to fucking believe. I don't watch the news, but I just stopped. I'm like, I can do this stuff at home, but you never do as much when you're at home. Gym's good because there's some girl there and you're trying to do more. You stay longer than you would have because you're comparing yourself to other people. So sometimes that stuff helps to stay there and work out harder. And so because I was doing all what I do now, plus going to the gym. And whenever the pandemic happened, I didn't. And my head wasn't in the right place. I don't think anybody's was. The priorities went bye-bye. And so I gained back some weight and I lost muscle. It was frustrating. I mean, as much as I like it, I still knew, and I still didn't do anything about it. So believe me, I get that, Tracy. And it really is. It's all about mental. It's all about mental. It's not. Everything in life is really. It's like once I found out that I liked listing, eBay's easy. If you like listing, if you don't like listing, eBay's going to suck, but also you have to find what you like to list. I took this morning, I before I went and did my laundry, I was like, I'm going to take a bunch of pictures so I can have stuff to list. That's over 20 listings. And I took those pictures in like maybe 15 minutes. I bet it was more like 10 minutes. I took all these pictures, and so it's easy to have 20 listings for what I sell. It's easy to store that. I just put everything in teams, unless it's someone like Patrick Mahomes, and I have a ton of them. I'll put all my Patrick Mahomes together, and so it's easy. I just stick them in. Buy these for 88 cents at Walmart. Just stick them in here, label them. Easy. But if you're trying to sell shoes or something, like shoes are awesome because they wear out. People need them all the time. And you can find them pretty cheap a lot of places. But storing them sucks. I mean, storing shoes sucks. So that's why I liked doing, but I know about the sports, so it's easier. And especially us being resellers, it's easy to gain weight. I mean, you look at John and Pete never changes, but John and Lonnie, you can see from their first videos, they both gain weight over time because you're stuck inside. You're just eating and working, staying inside, not really moving much. And then they both have lost quite a bit of weight recently. But you can see how easy it is because it's our environment. It's what we're doing. Yes, donuts are really good for you, especially with sprinkles. It's easy to lose the weight. It's harder to keep it off, that's for sure. What's up, Joe? How you doing? Yeah, sugar, and that's another thing. This is one thing I've learned about sugar that most people don't understand. I don't get hungry. And I eat when my energy gets low, not when I'm hungry. And I think what it is sugar, like if your body's running on sugar, which is, I do have sugar before I go run and stuff. I'll pure like cane juice or cane sugar. I'll take that like raspberry lemonade. I'll do some of that before I go run because it's like jet fuel. If you use it right afterwards, it's good. If you drink jet fuel and don't do anything with it, it's bad. But if your gut biome or whatever they want to say is running on sugar, sugar actually makes your stomach hurt. And then it stops hurting when you feed it sugar. So you weren't hungry. It was sugar tricking you into getting more sugar. That's why it's a drug. And so once I stop with the sugar, my stomach never hurts, which was considered hungry. I'm sure that's how most people are. I don't get hungry. It's really just, it's a trick. I'm telling you. But once you stop with it, it doesn't do that anymore. Nice. Donuts were so good with coffee. But I think all that too is like you can eat donuts, just don't eat all of it or 6 at once, right? Hey Stryker, how's it going? You were cleaning up on some lots the other night. Sorry, I bid against you in a couple of them. Some of those hats, I kind of, 2 hats paid for the whole lot, and there was 20 in there, so I had to bid. Didn't want to really bid against you, but there's no friends in auctions, right? Thanks for swinging on by for a little bit. I just came in and chit chat before I go run with my pups. It rained here last night. There's trees down and stuff because it stormed pretty hard. So it's nice weather out there. It's nice and cool. Oh, apple fritters. Yep, absolutely. Big giant coffee roll, apple fritter. What's the coffee rolls? Like the sugar on the outside of it? I forget. Every place has different names for their stuff. Has anybody had gelato like from Italy? I'm still amazed that there's no company that's come over here and just knocked it out of the park with gelato, because over there, it's everywhere. And it's so good. Oh my God. It's just so good. Yeah, we can all lose a little weight, but it's more about how you feel. I don't think people have to be too skinny, but just it's good to know you can go freaking run a half mile at least and not feel like you're going to die. But I think most people, once you get over 30, walking is the main thing. People just need to walk 30 minutes a day. That's it. Just to get a good, continual, most people's only continual hard breathing for 30 minutes is sex, which is good exercise too. But another thing too is like your body doesn't know the difference a lot of times. That's why it feels good to go walk. There's some things you got to trick your body, trick your brain. Oh yeah, that G he had was cool. The red scrambled eggs on it. You don't see red scrambled eggs very often. Make sure you put red scrambled eggs in the listing. I bet it's a K Products too. So I bet that thing goes for $20 easily. That's why I looked at it. I'm like, ooh, that pays for almost 2/3 of the lot. I think it went for like $35. Big fat guy. That's the coffee. Okay. Oh crap. Hey, I'm live. I'll call you back here in a little bit. That's my best friend. I'm on my feet in and out of a truck all day, working on mowers. Yep. There's nothing like sharpen your blades on a mower and just having it ready to go, just cutting through grass like butter. I have another channel called Lawn and Order, and I put videos up and mowing videos, and people like it. They think it's like soothing, comforting. Teach their own. I don't know. Hey Denise, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. 7 miles is awesome. That's way more than anybody needs. We used to walk about the same on one shift. We used to track it. I think it was like at least 3 miles every shift when you were a server at Cheddar's. Man, it's good for you. I should give away a salsa as a giveaway. Next time me and Harry do a live. Some good shit. I should do a video of just me sharpening the blades of for my mower. I bet people will just sit there and watch, just to watch. A lot of people don't know how to do simple things too. 7 miles. Whew. That's more than all the exercise you need in a week. I bet you are tired. What kind of shoes do they let you wear? I bet you have to wear boots or something. I bet that's hard. Back to buying lockers. Right on. Yeah, I don't buy storage units and stuff here. I'm afraid if I go and buy it here, it's just going to be a bunch of trash. If I did storage units, I would probably do what everybody else does and does YouTube auctions just to get rid of that stuff fast, because you're going to get too much stuff all at once. I don't know if I'd want to. I just don't want to do it. It's so easy to source. I'm watching, like last night, I'm watching Tracy and Tommy's live. It's just so good. And I'm sitting there buying stuff on eBay to resell the next week. Got my timer set for auctions. When it comes to sports cards, about 80% of them are sold on auctions, and you can buy them for so much cheaper. I mean, you can just look at if you look at the same card, it's the hottest card. It's the second hottest card in baseball right now. And you just look at the time if it's noon, it goes for 60. If it's around 5 to 7, it's going for 70. And then you go around midnight, it's going for 50. So I just buy them around midnight. You can just make $20 every day just by selling at the right time. And if you put it as buy it now, you sell for 80, because people don't want to wait for an auction. They may not get it. They might even know the price. They don't care. Or they won't even, a lot of people won't comp the price. They don't know what it's going for. They're just going to give what you say because they think you know. So there's a lot of money to just be made flipping stuff on eBay. If you really, that way you can just sit at home and, I got to where I don't go to Goodwill. I just go there too many times and find like one thing. And I just spend an hour doing all that. I'm like, what? Why did I do that? And it's something that didn't sell real fast. So steel toes. Oh man. Wonder if you could I'd be putting some really comfortable freaking insoles in there. I bet. 7 miles of steel toed. Good Lord. Yeah, trash. Yeah, here I charge you to take the trash. And last couple of times I went, I picked up nails from all the people throwing nails out. I wear tennis shoes when I mow because I've learned over time. When I first started, I'd wear boots and jeans. You found out real fast that jeans are the dumbest thing ever to wear mowing. They collect moisture. They're the hottest thing ever. Just don't need to. I just wear shorts and tall socks. Push the socks down when I get hot. I wear tall soccer socks. It took me a while to figure that out. And now the people that mow here, they wear khakis and red polos, but they're still polos. And I guess they do it to think they look good, but they're all sweaty, nasty looking. I'm like, that doesn't look good. Like, why don't you just let them wear something that's comfortable? It's stupid. No one expects a mowing guy to be dressed like he's going to an office. It's just the weirdest shit. I've seen another company. They literally wear white long sleeve shirts, and I've seen them rolled up once, and khakis. I'm like, white shirts mowing? Like, how you had like 7 for the whole week? I don't understand. Like, maybe I'm just stupid. I guarantee it is. That's gotta hurt. Golf tan game. Yeah, mine's pretty bad. Yeah, it started adding up to me when I bartended too. Just moving side to side, side to side. I had to wear dress like Skechers, like kind of boots. Those things sucked, and you didn't want to buy new ones all the time, so the cushioning run out really fast. And by the time, after 6 months, you're basically walking barefooted on the concrete. Yeah. They probably had people running off the road and end up killing some poor lady trying to weed eat. But I let it work. It works for everything. I don't do that one. That would be fun though. Um, Michigan to Alabama, it's pretty cool. If I lived closer, I probably would, but that's about man. It's probably 8 hours for me to just get to 127. Girls in bikinis sell everything. They should just do that. Yeah, cause long accidents, exactly. Uh, the police would probably be like, "Can you please not do this? We have to come and." There's times where I don't wear shirts. It's just Cora, eat my socks. She finds every sock. I swear. Yeah. Right on, Glenn. That's cool. I hope you find some good things. You got that Goodyear hat from me? It was a cool hat. Listings. That's a good idea. Bring all the men to the yard. uh, Guys are so easy to figure out. We're just dumb. Just show a little skin and we can't even think straight. It's like one of those things you figure out about women real quick too, later on in life. Like they go into a room, they look at the other women. They don't even look at the men. No one cares. Keeping the hat. Yeah. I don't blame you. That was a good one. I never did list that Branson jacket you gave me. I probably have 50 shirts or jackets that are awesome that I need to list. And the sports cards are so easy. I'm like, I'll get that later. It's what I'm going to do whenever I start slowing down with my business. I'll start listing a bunch of clothes. I hate clothes. I don't get returns. And so I know once I start doing clothes again, I'll start getting returns. I just didn't like the way it fit. It fit though? Yeah, but I just didn't like it. I miss Leroy. Do they still do the morning listing show? I usually can see it and I'll pop in every once in a while, but I haven't seen him on. I miss seeing Leroy. Leroy's funny. I still see Tuesday with listing and loafing with Eric, but I just can't get on there because I'm mowing. I miss it though. Leroy. I learned bad Leroy Brown for him. Sent it to him. He wanted me to make it so he could have an intro. They're just a little harder. You just got to put the measurement. You put the ruler in the listing and show it. I've got some like Grateful Dead shirts from early 2000 tie dyes that are really cool with the skeleton and everything. I've got some good stuff. I just don't. They're taking a break. Did Mo and Leroy have a falling out? A lot of times people just, it's like me with my channel. There's so many people that only do YouTube because they think they're going to make the money that Cincinnati Picker does. Well, they can maybe eventually, but they think it's going to happen like fast. Even last night, John was talking about for 2.5 years, he didn't make any money. If you don't like making videos, you're going to get burned out. If you like making videos, you won't get burned out. You'll find maybe a different way to do them, but you're not going to get burned out. So I think if anybody plans on doing a channel, just do what you like. And if people don't like it, I don't care. Sometimes I get like 20 views. If they didn't get nothing from it, then it wasn't made for them. Or they didn't like the title. That's fine. I just do it because I think it's fun, because I know my information I give out is good. I know my information is better than a lot of people doing videos, people that are good. But the people that it would hit is kind of small. So until whenever people like it or not, I don't really care, because if I did that, I know I'd get burned out and wouldn't want to do it. But otherwise, I like making fun of myself. If it's a video that doesn't give out some information, because I've done some videos where I record them, I'll watch them and go, there's nothing there, and I just don't use it. But if I know there's something there, if I can get a good title out of it, I know there's some good information there. And then I like playing. I'm a kind of a writer anyway, so I like finding the hook at the beginning. I like it to try to get people to stay. It's kind of fun. And that's just human nature. You have to kind of have a hook, or else people just get bored with it real fast. And a good title. Me and my best friend ever, like Cincinnati Picker, for the longest time, better than anybody still, has the best titles. It's a lot of it's the title. Look at his thumbnails. Nothing that great. It's the title. And even people I don't really find good at all, if they have a good title, I'll jump in. But if it's the same title, there's a lot of people that put the same title for every one of their videos. and I just won't go watch because I mean, I don't know. I just don't. There's a lot of people I stop watching when it's like me selling this again, number 107, week 30 or whatever. I'm like, no, And so I guess to each their own, but Rally Roots, yeah, I miss the real Rally Roots. They stopped really putting out content, and they don't really. They make so much money doing what they're doing that they. And they're a good example of like they. How do you put it? They've advanced themselves so much, they can't do the stuff they used to do. If that makes sense. You can tell they don't even really like. They just kind of go back and do some of that content to keep people around. But yeah. With cards. With baseball cards and football cards, it's most people that are buying up that kind of stuff are still how it's always been. They're prospecting on people that think are going to be worth more money in a year or two. I mean, you still can't sell 1986 Topps baseball cards for any money. They've already played their career. The rookies aren't going to get any better. Like what I've been buying up, I buy Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Mac Jones. They're three of the top 5 quarterbacks that came out in the draft this last year. And what you do is they'll put out a product, Panini Prism, and then all these guys they do these breaks. They're hunting for these autographs. If they don't get the autograph, they sell back all the rookie cards in lots or separately, just trying to get their money back. So they can maybe buy another, they're hunting for that autograph that they can get $1,000 from, which most of the time they're going to keep anyway. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm just glad they do it because they inundate the market. They saturate it so bad you can get them cheap. I've been getting Trevor Lawrence cards for $1 to $10 that I know are going to go for 30 to 50 whenever the season starts. So I've been doing that for a while. You buy it when it gets saturated, sell it when the season starts, whenever they're doing good, and you have to sell when they're hot. You can't wait to sell. You wait to sell, they get injured and this and that. Yeah, you might make 10 to 20% more, but zero is bad. So sell when they're hot. I've got some awesome cards for so cheap recently because football's not in the brain. The draft's over. The training camps are starting, but people aren't really thinking about it. People watch basketball, Olympics, and baseball right now. You buy whenever the season's in the tank and then sell whenever the season comes around again. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I mean, but people buy new cards. They buy some old cards, but very rarely. So list the new cards as much as possible. I mean, everybody wants to make some money on YouTube, but it shouldn't be your goal, because if it's your goal, it's just like every job, most of the best business people still they gave a service and they just happened to make money from it. You got to like giving that service to people, giving people free information. If you're not giving anything to someone on YouTube, why are they going to watch? It's not like some people think their personality is just going to make it. There's only a few Harry Humstones and Tim over the years. But like with Tim, he's so busy doing everything else, he doesn't stay regular on YouTube. So he wonders why you got to put some stuff out. But he's doing those live shows, selling shows. So it takes a lot of his time and his energy. So it's hard for him to probably do that much. But there's only a few people that are going to sell themselves with their personality. Harry's one of them. You can on YouTube make money? Yeah, I don't really want to do them. I have booths, so I can sell a lot of that stuff that people sell. Some people should be ashamed of what they sell in YouTube auctions. That's why I like Donna and T, because they sell reseller lots. They almost never sell one thing. If they do, it's like a purse that's badass purses. They're expensive, or they're doing plush because some people like plush, or some jewelry every once in a while. But most of the time, it's reseller lots because, I mean, it's just a waste of time otherwise. Pokemon cards, Magic cards, Ninja Turtle cards, Power Rangers cards, and even Marvel cards. I'm listing. Yeah. Pokemon's big because of that Pokemon Go game. Otherwise, Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! Were always worth more money than Pokemon. So who knows? They come out with a Magic the Gathering movie or something, or a Yu-Gi-Oh! Film, and all of a sudden that stuff is going to fly up. And I have tons of Magic cards, tons of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't have any Ninja Turtle stuff. I have some Marvel. I need to list those Marvel, but yeah, they're just easy to list. But for me, if they have any dents or like corners busted, I just don't list them. And you can put in the description, hey, it's a little, the corner's bent. No one's going to see that, and so they're just going to return it and want their money back. Yeah, not very many people are natural. Most people are thinking about what they're going to say or worried about what people think about them, and it doesn't come off very good. I couldn't care less. What did I say? Yeah, definitely. But Tim is just like me. He's got to be careful because he's so good at everything. Not saying I'm just, I like doing so many things that I can't focus on one. He's wanting to start a sports show, sports memorabilia channel. He's going to keep doing his glass because he's so good at it, so knowledgeable. He puts too much on his plate. But he's also, right now, he's been dealing with a squatter in his house. He bought a house that he can't even get into because someone squat there and they can't. How frustrating. Being from the country, I don't know. We wouldn't allow that around here. You get ran out of that place. You don't stay. Oh yeah, Mr. Buys a lot. He's got too many good buyers in there. I can never get. There's a lot of stuff I want, but it goes for way too much money. So I bought some buy it now lots from him. But yeah, he's got good stuff. And he has a lot of really old ephemera and comics is his specialty. And I'm not a big comic. I like comics, but I'm not a big comic seller. Yeah, I've got tens of thousands of Magic cards. I sell them in bulk. I lock 50 up and then put them in my booth, and they sell pretty good. I agree. That's why sometimes they do the one-offs. Oh yeah, some people should be ashamed what they sell. I mean, it's bad. I'm like, I mean, it's pretty obvious. The people that sell on eBay and then have auctions, I mean, that it's something they couldn't sell on eBay, and they're trying to pan it off on you. It's pretty simple. And they don't want to go to Goodwill to give it away. And so in a weird way, people are just buying stuff. It's like the crazy lamp lady. I saw one day when Nurse Flipper had her in her live, and they were asking her, "Are you going to do some auctions, live auctions?" She's like, "Oh no, I kind of like what I got." And yeah, she's got so many viewers that are running up her auctions so high, way higher than they should be, just because they want something from the crazy lamp lady. Which can't blame her; it's genius. But not very many people can do that business model, of having people fight over something that's worth $5 and paying 30 for it over and over and over again every day. I think she has everything on auction, which is good if you're getting money because it shows like your sell-through rate's really good. That's the one thing bad about not doing auctions, but I don't like doing auctions where you started at $10. No one really comes to buy it. But if you start at 99 cents, it'll sell for 99 cents a lot of times because people don't want to wait around for an auction. People aren't like me. I set timers and get that, and have it ready to go. And I get 99-cent deals all the time because people are dumb. Yeah, I that's my problem. I mean, I spread myself too thin. I'm lucky I don't have kids or a wife, so I kind of can. But all of a sudden it gets away from you, and you're doing one thing too much, and you're neglecting some other things. And that's me and Tim are kind of similar that way. And I know he is, and he's got a wife. Engaged, a fiance. How do I say it? Yeah, in DC, you can't do that. You get sued for doing that. But yeah, I get you. Around here, that won't happen. You have people come with freaking masks on and shotguns. You leave fast. You just let dogs out. It's funny how different parts of the country are way different. Sometimes when I see stuff, I'm like, huh? What? Being from the country. Yeah, I've seen some auctions that were so terrible. Selling like $5 items, charge people $5 for shipping. Like, what's going on here? Your husband's going to be mad at you for buying a bunch of dumb shit. Something you can buy at the Dollar Tree for $1. Which I do that. I buy a lot. I don't know if anybody else does this. I have a flea market booth. I buy stuff for $1, put it in my booth for $5, and it pays for my rent. One of my favorites is this one. Dollar Tree, buck. Knife, $5 all day, every day. Still sealed up. Great thing about Dollar Tree is there's no Dollar Tree thing on it. There's no price you have to take off. $1. And so I just turn around, put my own label on it, out the door. There's so many Dollar Tree things that you can put in your booth, and because people don't know about Dollar Tree. And so they go to your booth thinking they're getting some great deal. Not my fault. Well, that one is because of the rules they had for a while when they couldn't evict you. And so she was kind of under still those rules. So there's some legal things there. It's not like it's always that way, but there was more to do with other things. It's not just, they don't feel like it, believe me. Because she had like a lease. She had lived there, and the guy that leased it out to her sold it. But since you couldn't kick people out because of the pandemic, I don't know exactly. I know it's got to be frustrating for them to own a house and not be able to live there. Oh, my God. I'd be so frustrated. I seen an auction the other day. No joke, the entire reseller lot was from Dollar Tree. Yeah, I believe that. Janine, I saw. You see some weird. I was watching. Who was it? Loot Raider and Picky Nicky the other day, and that chat went nuts. I mean, that was a. That was, and I understood where some people were coming from. You can't tell a chat not to chat with each other, but she didn't do it to be like. She wasn't trying to be mean or anything, and it just went off the rails. Some people just. I'm sorry anybody had to deal with that. I think Janine, I think you were in there. That was pretty awful. Not one of my favorite Dave songs, but I like the way it sounds on the guitar. And it's really freaking hard. You can see it's 4 frets. No guitarists play like that. Dave Matthews is crazy. And he's singing at the same time. It's pretty nuts. I understand that, Denise. Oh yeah, you were the mod. Yeah, that was. I thought that was. I thought that was you. It was. I was a train wreck. It's like, Picky Nicky's crying. People are yelling. Take my name out of your mouth. That's what the what do you call them? The martial arts guys, Ultimate Fighters say that stuff. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many people didn't pay me last year during the pandemic for mowing. It was pretty awful. It sucked because it was people that I've had for years always pay me, and they just decided, F it. I'm giving my money to freaking banks and credit card companies, not you. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how does everybody get so offended? How does everybody become such a victim so quick in this freaking country now? Everybody wants to be a victim. I guess I am right now. But it's just like, good Lord, like, how bad's your day? Really? You know, good God. Slow your roll, people. Talk to me later. Yeah, exactly. Let Janino be able to tell you better. It was stupid. It goes back to, yeah. And Picky Nikki, you know, she's super sweet and like, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised her husband that was behind her didn't say, "This is gonna stop." You know, I probably would have like, you know, it'd be hard not to get mad because you know she's like super sweet, nice girl, and not that I shouldn't even talk, but it's just no one likes to get pushed around. That's for sure. Over just so simple. Yeah, and she's super nice. Well, I need to go run some of my fat ass off. That way I can eat some steak tonight and not feel bad about it. That's the best thing about doing exercise is don't feel bad about eating fatty stuff every once in a while, which fat isn't that bad for you. It's the sugars that's really bad, even though fat turns into sugar in your body. So it's not like it's not, but have a great day. Stay away from bad YouTube auctions. It was just a bad idea. It's not like, yeah. I think she even understood that they're making a game out of it. You know, it's like the auctions. One thing I'll say real quick is the one thing I don't like. One thing I like about Donna and T is they're not giving away stuff during the auction. They just give you stuff when they send it to you. And a lot of people don't tell. They don't say much, but Donna usually throws in a couple extra records for me. I know what I bid on. She doesn't even say anything. She just does it and doesn't try to say, "Hey, you know, give me some credit." And T does the same thing. She throws in some extra stuff in the sports lots. But when you're doing like giveaways the whole time, and I understand why they give them, but if you're there to bid, you know, I'm sitting there watching these giveaways. I'm like, I don't even usually participate in them. And if I do win them, I usually give them to someone because I'm like, I don't need a pack of Pokemon or $10, you know. I understand why they do it because the people that are there just to buy one-offs, just to watch, they're not buying. It's kind of good to keep them around, but just giveaway stuff. I like the giveaway stuff when you buy because the ones buying should be getting, I mean, I don't know. That's just one thing I will say about that I appreciate from some people that will, I mean, do extra. But the one thing that I don't think people figure in on the YouTube auctions is a lot of that stuff is free shipping. Good Lord. And they fight about like how much money it costs and this and that, and they're getting free shipping. It's usually like $15 to send it. Be appreciative of that. You know what I mean? I understand. But yeah, Jennifer stays away. She knows. She knows it's always drama. That's why she's always hated the hey, thanks, Sal. I appreciate it. Thanks for everybody for coming by, and hope you got a little entertainment out of some guitar and a little chit chat. And grind on, friends.